Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today I wanted to do a palette review for you guys, and I wanted to talk about the Urban Decay Ammo palette. Now this is a palette that's been out for quite some time. In the past few years they've actually reformulated all of the shadows so that they're even better than they originally were. So this is also newer packaging as well, which is one of the reasons that actually drew me to it. It has this really pretty skull emblem here. And again, Urban Decay gives you a little bit of the primer potion for your eyelids, which I used in this tutorial that I'm also going to share with you. So guys, if you look at the back, you can see it shows all of the shades that you're going to get in the palette, as well as a baby little primer potion for your eyelids and a small little brush. And the cool thing about these shades in this palette is that they are actually the top 10 best-selling shades from Urban Decay. And as you can see, they're very colorful, and there's some neutrals, but there's also some colors. They're all shimmery or glittery. So I think it's hard to do a complete look with just this palette. I do think that you'll need an additional couple of matte shades to pull off more looks, but I think this is a nice addition. And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it was because I got it for $16. Originally this was $34, $35 on Urban Decay's website or Sephora's website, or I think Ulta too. But Urban Decay randomly puts this on sale every so often, and for 16 bucks, I really think it's worth your time to check out some of these shades. So I'm going to do an individual swatch of each of the shades, give you my review on the palette, and also add in a little quick tutorial at the very end. So stay tuned if you want to know more about this palette. Okay guys, so let's take a closer look at the Urban Decay palette. This is the front. It has a magnetic closure, which is very nice. If we look very, very closely, we look up front. This first one is a brown coppery shade called Smog. This next one is a really pretty green called Mildew. This next is a black glitter called Oil Slick. And this one is Last Call, and it is a deep purple shimmer. And this one is a very bronzy, pretty copper color called Chopper. Now down here we have Maui Wowi, which is a nice light kind of shimmery nude. This next one is a gorgeous blue called Shattered. And then this one is a very white cream with shimmer. It's called Polyester Bride. The next we have Grifter, which is a pretty violet shade. And then last but certainly not least, we have Sin, which is in the original Naked palette, which I love this shade. This is such a good neutral all over the lid shade. So taking a look at some of the colors, I just think that you get a lot of neutrals, but you also get some really pretty, really unique blues, greens, and purples in here, which I think is a lot of fun and provides a lot of opportunity for you to make a lot of different looks. The look I'm wearing today, I made pretty much from this, and I did kind of like a neutral kind of evening, I think, kind of look that you could go out with. But I think this is just a fun palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do the individual swatches so you guys can see what they look like up close. So first up we have Smog, which is this beautiful just bronze copper color. And oh my gosh, I just absolutely love it. I think that's a perfect fall shade. It's very metallic-y. I don't see a lot of glitter particles. It's just a super pretty metallic shade. Next we have Mildew. I think Mildew is another really pretty olive green. I think it's actually more wearable than it actually appears in the palette. It did have to put, I feel like, a few layers just to get it a little bit more opaque, but I think it is a super, super pretty color, especially for kind of going into this time of year and trying something a little bit different. It's also more metallic and not necessarily glittery. Next up we have Oil Slick. And that's actually really nice, goes on extremely well. This one is definitely got some glitter particles, some silver glitter in there, so it's not a metallic, it's more of like a matte with glitter. Also, it's not the harshest matte black I've ever seen, so I feel like you could really blend it out easy to make a really quick smoky eye. Next up is Last Call. And this is really a pretty purpley pink, again, shimmer metallic. Not necessarily has any glitter in it, but I think that that is going to be a very wearable color. It's kind of that cranberry, perfect for fall. And actually so far I feel like all of these are very fall appropriate shades, so I feel like this palette I'm going to get a lot of use out of. Next up is Chopper, and I think Chopper is in also one of the Naked palettes. I could be mistaken about that, but I adore this shade. I think that this one is, again, a coppery bronze, and it's almost like a rose gold. I think it's, again, a really nice shade. It has glitter in it, and it's a shimmer as well, so it's slightly more glittery. Next up is Maui Wowi, and it looks really light, but it's almost coming off as like a very, very light silver shimmer. And it's actually a very, very pretty, it's like a silver gold actually when I get it really up close. This one also has shimmer glitter particles in it, so you can see it really reflects the light very nicely. I feel like that would be a nice inner corner shade. Next up is Shattered, and I'm super excited about this one. This is a gorgeous blue. And I'm going to build that up a little bit more because I feel like I took a lot of it off. This one is a little powdery, but still really smooth, and it doesn't really have a lot of glitter. It looks like that one's basically just a shimmer. Next up is Polyester Bride, and this is a white, which looks like a shimmer glitter as well. And it's actually a really nice swatch for a white. I feel like whites are normally really hard to build up. It's a little powdery. I think there could be a lot of fallout with that one, but it actually shows up on my skin tone, which is actually pretty cool. Again, could be used as an inner corner. Next up is Grifter, and this is that violet purple. And it's got a pretty, really baby lilac purple pink. I love this shade. Again, this one's a little powdery, but it is just, it also has glitter. It is a glitter metallic, and it's a little bit lighter, so I feel like, again, a very workable color. And last but not least, this is Sin, and again, this is just a gorgeous all over the lid shade. If you don't have it, it's going to be hard to see because it really is kind of like one of those neutral shades, but oh my gosh, it is such a good light pinky rose color, and it is just a shimmer. So guys, that is all of the shades from this palette. I think they swatched really, really nicely. Only a few of them were some, I think Mildew you had to build slightly, but the formula I really do think has been improved on these, and again, I think for $16, this is a really, really fun palette. And Urban Decay is one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. This is really a nice portable palette as well, and I think it's just a nice addition to any collection that you might have where you're looking to maybe introduce a little bit of color, but also have the option to still do something that's a bronzy, more neutral kind of look. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys look at the little mini tutorial that I did just showing you how I did the eyeshadows.
So guys, we're going to start out by taking the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and then I'm going to blend that onto my eyelids all the way up to the brow bone on both of my eyes. That'll give us a good base for the eyeshadow. Then I'm going to take a Wet n Wild eyeshadow called Brulee, and this is just a matte cream. I'm going to put that in the inner corner and then also up on the brow bone just to give us a base. Next, we're going to be going in with my Lorac Skinny palette, and I'm just taking a matte crease shade just to give us a blending shade, and I'm going to be blending that all through the crease on both of my eyes first. Then we're going to be going in with Sin. This is just a gorgeous shade to put all over the eyelid, and we're going to be putting this all over on both of my eyes just to give us a nice base. Next, we're going to be going in with Smog, and this is a gorgeous bronzy color that we're going to be putting into the outer corner. So I'm just kind of packing on the eyeshadow to build up the color, but it doesn't need a lot. It actually is just a really gorgeous, very pigmented shade. Next, it's time for blending. We're going to be going in with a small e.l.f. blending brush and just blending out all of those shadows together to make it look a little less harsh. Then we're going to be going in with Last Call, this pretty purple shade. And again, we're just going to pack this shade into the corner, the outer V of your eyes, and blend up into the corner and a little bit into the crease. Then we're going to be going in with a bigger fluffy brush to kind of just blend this all out, making it again a little less harsh and looking like the colors all kind of go together. Next up, we're going to take the Dream Lumi Touch by Maybelline. This is a highlighting concealer pen, but we're just going to use this to kind of clean up those edges of the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to blend in right underneath my eye to give us a nice coverage if there was any fallout. And it gives you a nice line on that eyeshadow as well. Then we're going to go back in with Smog, and we're going to take an eyeliner brush and just go right in underneath the lower lash line. And also with Last Call, the same colors we used on the lid, take that into the middle, near to the inner corner. Then I'm going to take an angled brush to kind of just blend those out, just to make them, again, a little bit more together. Then we're going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet Eyeliner, and this is one of my favorite Urban Decay eyeliners. It's a pretty velvet black matte, and I'm just going to be going in the inner corner and the upper eye line. Then we're going to take the Lash Blast Volume Mascara, and you guys know this is not my favorite. I do love what it does for my lashes, and we're going to be putting that on both of the lashes as well. Next up is the Mega Length Mascara Hydra Flush, and this is going into the bottom lash line. I find this to be a really great bottom lash line mascara. Next is the Milani Eye Tech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner. This is a nice felt tip, so it's easy application. This one's kind of running low, so it took me a little bit to get all of the color on, but it normally is a really, really nice eyeliner. I just need to replace it. And that black eyeliner will stay on all day long. It is my favorite eyeliner. Next up, we're going to be taking the Carnation Cabernet. This is a Maybelline lip color, and this lipstick is just gorgeous. I think it's so pigmented and punchy, and I really, really like the color it gives. So guys, that's the finished look. Super easy and super quick.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have this palette or if it's something that you might be interested in. I think it's worth it for 16 bucks. You can't beat an Urban Decay palette for that price. So thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!